titles of all of them. So let's start with all these popular videos, right? We have aggressive German Shepherd attacks trainer during aggressive behavior training. There's a lot of aggressive in that title. Next one, aggressive German Shepherd tries to attack me, in parentheses, seriously. Just so you know, it's serious. He seriously does. Next one, how to stop dog anxiety, aggression, pulling on the leash, German Shepherd training full tutorial. Next one, giant aggressive mastiff goes after everything, parentheses, I'm his last chance. Like it just goes through. She tried to attack me, parentheses, aggressive dog training. Next one, aggressive German Shepherd training, what not to do, et cetera, et cetera. Every single one of these, right, is aggressive dog this, aggressive dog tries to attack me, aggressive dog violently attacks me, parentheses, seriously.
Seriously.
You know what I mean? So, like, looking at this right off the rip here, right? Again, I'm not so against clickbaity titles for certain things and stuff like that, but clearly Tom Davis uses virtually the same title for all of his videos for a reason, right? He's not an idiot, right? Clearly, he's found that this combination of words in a title, and almost every single one of these is in like all capital letters, helps somehow with the algorithm of getting it in people's faces. And here's the thing, right? From an entertainment standpoint, when I think, oh my God, a dog's attacking a trainer, a dog's attacking people, that, right? I look at stuff like that and I'm like, oh yeah, of course people would want to watch that, right? Whenever we get aggressive dogs in, it's the same deal, right? Like we do post videos of them so people can actually see. Now, here's my problem with this though, right? From a dog trainer standpoint, forget a entertainer, forget a content creator, whatever it may be, right? From a dog trainer standpoint, there is a serious, serious problem with people mislabeling dogs out there, right? Now, most of these, as you've read, German Shepherd, German Shepherd, German Shepherd, Dutch Shepherd, German Shepherd, German Shepherd, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like almost all of these are German Shepherds, right? And there's a reason for that, right? I talk about this all the time. I just booked a lady yesterday for a 5-week behavioral modification board and train for a German Shepherd. And before she even had a chance to tell me the issues that she was having, I was able to literally explain the issues she was having to her. And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
That's my dog.
And there's a reason for that, because I'm not saying these dogs aren't aggressive. Like, we're going to watch some of these videos and we're probably going to see some aggressive dogs, right?
Yeah.
But when I look at aggression, right, I look at a neurological disorder that dogs have that's causing them to want to seriously do harm on somebody or something, right? When we deal with German Shepherds, they are by nature territorial and defensive and dominant and push people around, and they make loud, scary noises, and they look 10x worse than they are in most cases, right? Again, I'm not saying these dogs are not going to be aggressive when we go to watch it. But by mislabeling all these things, these dogs are trying to attack us. These dogs are trying to maul us. These dogs are, you know, seriously out of control, this, that. What winds up happening is we immediately paint the dog in such a negative light where we have a hard time finding how do we get past this problem, right? And then further past that, let's say some of these dogs in these videos are not actually super aggressive, right? They're reactive, they're assholes, right? But like they're not like trying to actually kill you, right? Then you have this beautiful before and after of like, look at this seriously aggressive dog and look at how great he is right now with things, right? The problem is then people that do have seriously aggressive dogs are going to have a false expectation in their head as far as what's really capable with them. We know as trainers, aggression, because it is a neurological disorder, like at heart, is not a normal behavior for dogs to exhibit. We know there's no quote unquote fixing it, right? You learn how to manage this stuff 10x better, right? And you could understand the dog more deeply and understand what they're doing more deeply, so that you could help make sure everybody stays safe when they're involved in these types of situations, but you do not go in and fix it, right? Past just that, right? Because German Shepherds are these defensive, territorial dogs that, especially when they're bred well, right? I saw like 2 minutes of this first video, and I could tell that that is a well-bred, confident, dominant German Shepherd dog, right? My problem is when you bring them into training, you could do all of this stuff to exploit that aggressive behavior out of them, but it's what they're wired to do. You know what I mean? Like if you were to, I use Vinny as an example all the time for this kind of stuff. And Michelle, our one trainer, she uses Lumos as an example of this, her Dutch Shepherd, right? They're not necessarily aggressive dogs, but because of their genetic makeup, because of what they're designed to do, because they are confident and they are dominant dogs, if Joe Schmo, dog trainer, who doesn't fucking know them, tries to come in like Mr. Hotshot and just like tell them what to do and stuff like that, there's going to be a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Right? But you were petting Vinny for 45 minutes before we started this podcast.
Pretty
right?
much, yeah.
Anybody that comes over the house, Vinny wants nothing but love and attention from you. But if you try to push his buttons around, he's going to tell you that he doesn't like that. Right?
Yeah.
And depending on the size of the dog, depending on the genetic makeup of the dog, depending on how confident that dog is, it's going to either look really, really scary or it's going to be not that big of a deal.
Yep.
Right? So again, we're getting into kind of exploiting some of these cases of things that these dogs typically do. You know what I mean? Like when I look at like Murphy is a good example. Like we talk about his video a lot because he was like a really good example of like a quote unquote aggressive German Shepherd, right? That we had a really great before and after with. But I was very open with people about Murphy didn't want to really hurt everybody. He was terrified, right?
Yep.
And he, because he was a big ass German Shepherd, looked really scary. But he was just scared. He wasn't trying to rip my arm off. If he didn't have a muzzle on, would he have bit me? Yes, right? But would he have pursued and like I'd have bites all over me and this and that? Probably not, unless I continued to push the boundaries with him.
Yep.
Right? So whatever. This is my first just kind of looking at a page like this. This is kind of the first thing that pops in my head when I see this kind of stuff.